single key we use for secure data storage. And submit
కొంచెం ముందరికి చూస్తున్నాం.
cryptography we use for the secure data transfer purpose. So basically we can this is advanced encryption standard. Okay. So it's a very algorithm. So like it crack. Okay. And that is the user time part of the encryption, part of the protection. So even like I was WhatsApp also use the AES for this. All our banks use the AES algorithm. So everyone frequently use advanced encryption standard for protecting the data, keeping the data in the safe and in a secure format. Okay. So when you are transferring a data from one computer to the other computer, so you need to maintain the data privacy. Secure communication need to be established. For that purpose, like we are prepared to use asymmetric cryptography. So where we have each one is a public key and another one is private. So sender will use the receiver's public key for encryption, and once receiver is the encrypted, he is going to be decrypted with the export private. Okay. Sender takes the receiver's public key for encryption. So decryption process required receiver's private key. Okay. So that is the process followed by. So we try to explore the encrypted file container. So we created a simple file encrypted file container. So we try to explore that. Okay. So that all of you are getting it. Today we are going to be discussing cryptography. So cryptography is like a similar to the cryptography, but the cryptography is completely different. Previously, we were trying to like hide the data. Now we are hiding the data behind another data. That is artificial. So cryptography allows us to maintain the server. We can display one thing as a to the end user, but that thing will carry another thing inside of that. It means like we can just like share the things. Share the links.
Now, so if you see this like so you can just see the image. So you can see the image, but this image is carried. No one will down, get that down. So steganography is like a process of hiding the information behind another information. Hiding object behind another object. Now, so image is like a my cover image, but this image is carrying the my text, like secret text. How I created. So by using steganography. So we have video steganography, image steganography, audio steganography, five-phase steganography, different kind of steganography techniques. So I use like our software for like creating this. So the software name is called OpenStego. You can go to the OpenStego.com. And if you go to this website and download it. This is the OpenStego.com. So you can use a steganography topic in a two different ways, like a data hiding purpose or watermarking purpose. So if you use the data, you can hide any data within a cover file. Like example, like images. Now you are using image as a cover, that image is carrying any kind of file inside of it. Or you can use this one for the watermarking. It means you can have like a invisible signature. So invisible signature you can have. That file is carrying the invisible signature. So you can identify the unauthorized file copy. You know, so this steganography technique is the most popular technique used in the old days DVDs, serial DVDs. Like so most of the companies, so they sold their operating systems and their games. Okay, film industry, they sold their movies and video songs and audio songs all in the serial DVD. That time, like how they try to prevent the like a pirated content with the help of this technology also. So Sony Music, those kind of people, whenever they produce the like a content, so whenever they try to write into the like a CD and DVD, they are going to use the invisible signature inside of that audio files. They use like audio steganography technique. They use the audio steganography. Is an audio steganography. So inside of the audio files, they have a invisible signature. Or video steganography. Inside of the video content, they have invisible. So they use those techniques. Now, one DVD used to clone multiple DVDs. So the time like I said, video shop owners, most of the people, they will get the one master copy and they will write the same master copy to the hundreds of copies and they will sell them again, right? So whenever they do that, what happens? Regular audits are going to be happen. So regularly, whenever that shop is like that particular like inspectors, whenever they visit, they are able to simply like translate the invisible signature. Now we have a serial number in an invisible signature. One DVD with a one serial number, second DVD with another serial number. But we have 100 DVDs with the same serial number. Now it means you have a clone copy of it. Take an honest easily. So this is the way like a lot of shops are like are like closed for finding this kind of culprits like who are being pirated content. Okay, so the old rules. So steganography is not a new technique; it's a very old technique. So used by the like few organizations, part of their business operations, and like this steganography is a near to unbeatable. It's not easy to detect because I have like a photos in my computer. So if you see this like so you just think that okay, so Guru sir like had his favorite actress photo. Understood. But the Anushka photo is a carrying secrets. I have a 10 photos. You think that like a 10 photos I'm using just for the normal photos, my collection, photo collection is there. But that photos are keeping the secrets. You never expect. As able to follow me. For example, like so we have a corporate company. So one employee recently hired by our company. He's not working for us. He's just a spy. He's working for some our company. How we can sell the data? If we directly write the mail, we can easily capture it. We can use a signography. We can send to them like so happy birthday, happy new year, festival wishes, just a photos. What do you think? This guy just simply like us to say just hi to everyone. You will ignore. Your security system failed to detect that. But actually saying it's just like a binding all our company secrets inside of the image by using signography technique and sending that to the computer. You can use a white space steganography or you can use audio steganography or image steganography, different steganography techniques. You can use anything. Even we have like an email steganography. When you look into that email, it looks like a just general hi message. But the email will send the secret message inside of it. We have a conversion tools. So steganographic tools, but the same tool need to use by the person who want to extract it. Now I just like use a steganography to like a open steganography creating this image. This image has a secret. Now you can download the like a open stego software from there. When you click on download, you will go to the GitHub link. Please click on that and go to the GitHub and download the executable file. So you have like a assets, in other assets like you can find the exe file. Set up open stego exe. Download it. Do that in your main system. Start. Now, so OpenSego software require like a Java. If you don't have a Java in your system, like the software installation doesn't anyway like install first. Let's do it. Now I install like a so OpenSego software. Now it is asking like a so Java is missing in the method. So it is expecting like a Java. So Java is not. So I need to visit the Java.com and download the Java. So OpenSego software require like a Java. So go to the Java.com. Click on the download. You will get another download button. Another download button. And download and install. So download Java for desktop. Download Java for desktop. And install it. Let's download it. Now I already forwarded like a photo in a group. So download that. We have to extract the secret. So if you install like a so this OpenSego software Java required for the OpenSego, then your tool is ready to hide the data, extract the data. Now I can just open the OpenSego software. So you have option to hide the data and extract the data. Now already given data. one steganographic image, we have to extract the data. Extract that. So input stego. I given one stego file that is ALS. If you load that as stego file, and you can provide the path where you want to extract this. Now I extract this. Now I simply click on the extract it. So you can observe that there is a one secret.exe file is extracted. From where image. So I just like I created like a steganographic. If I share that image with anyone can extract the secret. But they have to use the right software for extracting that data. So users can see that image, no one can suspect you. So this is the technique used in most of the terrorist organizations. Military, Navy, operations. So secret operation agencies, they prefer to use the cryptography and steganography part of their work. Okay. So they try to hide the data. So please install the OpenStego software and install the Java also required. Visit the java.com and accept the terms and conditions, download and install. Okay. Follow the instructions. You don't need to change anything, just like all our default options. Extract the secret and show. Done, Ashima? So did you extract that? Okay, fine. So let's download any one image. So create one file in your desktop. We'll create a steganographic. Create one file. Let's open the file first. Now I'm giving like a name download. This is my secret file. Okay, new file. Some secret message we have in that file. So if you want to hide the data, you need to have a file. What file? Which file you want to hide? And you need to have a cover. What is the cover? Image. So we need an image. Okay, so to hide the data, you need a message file, you need like a cover file, and you can generate the output. Okay. So download some image from this. If you already have any images in your system, you can use that also. So now I am downloading some image. So we need an image in a JPG format. Sometimes like some files are not JPG. So we will save image as. Yeah, so we should get like this JPEG. So we are using it. So we need our cover to hide our secret. So I'm using like a cover image. Now so you can select the message file. I have like a no is a message. Now our file is this. Okay, so I just learned about so image. I'm using like a file. So I use like a DXT file as a image file. This is that. And image as a now you can generate it out. So you can hide that. When you are using steganography, you can even combine the cryptography also. That's really difficult to do the P2P. So they need a like a so decryption key and additionally they need to steganography cryptography together is a huge also. Now I'm trying to only use the steganography. Now so message is embedded into the cover. So you can just use like a multiple cover files also. But how we message embedded into the cover. So you have like a image. Now this image is going to work like an army. So user can open that, they can see the image. Okay. But this image is as I image statement. You can just generate the like images. You can add the signature to that. So try with that process. Just you simply how to select the common image, single file, and generate it. If you have output file, you can give us input and you can extract it. So steganography, like we have image steganography process. Same way we have audio steganography. So we can use audio file. Inside of that audio file, you can keep it. So you can just like a search for the audio steganography. So audio steganography. So we have a lot of tools. When you search for the audio steganography, you will get a lot of tools. Image steganography, you will get a lot of tools. Any multiple tools. So now I prefer to use like a so one software name is called audio steganography related. That is like forward. So try with this process. Investigate. It's also. So you can find that the project is a GitHub. So this guy really worked great idea. Really. So you can hide it behind the highlights. So you can just take a click on this down right. Down. Okay, so just download the. So you have to keep that file. Okay, so your system not allowed to download the zip as it is not like that from the official application. So to do that, it was you have to say yes. And after that, so this is required like audio file. You want to add anything. Okay, so in audio file, this is a this kind of software used in a CD DVDs. Okay, so right, because so to protect the content. That's So Jigsaw is installed like a security camera. So you can verify that. I can finally get it. Now we will just get documents folder. Documents folder, we create the word folder inside of that. I can see the output. So you can just like use a normal audio output format. We will do that. So that song is ready. So but that song is carrying. It is going to be you can play that and so that audio file is so it's working. I'm able to hear. So no problem with the file, audio file, but that audio file is carrying a. Now, if you want like extract the secrets, you have to provide this audio file. Okay, so open carry. Now, what is like our carry file? So this is something. Now you can see the all these secret files are available. It should be like immediately. Now, if you want extract the extract, same it is the same with the documents file. So see those are three files. So you can use the like image technography, you can use the like audio technography, you can use the like so white space technography also. It's whenever someone open the document, it looks like a white space. But that white space can have secret. They can't say able to see it there. So they can keep the secrets in the white space. So for that white space technography purpose, we use a software in this. So white space. So Snow software we use. This is a very old technique. So if you look at it, something can be observed. So you have like a so program that activity you can have it now. It's a command line interface, not a chip. So normally standard. So you have a file. You need to open the terminal in this. So this is a path. Sometimes CMD. You open the CMD like that way. You need to have one input file. Now I want to use the one input file. Now this is my input file. So in the input file, like so how much space we have white space. You don't have any white space, only content is added. You don't have any white space. So only that content. Remaining is a white space. So that is the remaining places you will hide that. So your data is as it is. Your data as it is. Keep your data. You can have a fake text file. Fake text message inside our data. Now that is fake text file data in white space. Now you can use this. It's you have to call this file name snow.exe. Snow.exe space. Now you have to enter the command -c. Command is a command. Now you have to mention the password if you want to keep protect. So no one can able to extract the password. Now which message you want to embed it into the white space. Your message. I for this message. So you have to mention it. Now so whatever like your secret message. And we have to provide the input. Now what is our input? Now output. So that means we create a lecture about output. Now it is added extra 6 lines. Added on the hierarchy. So if you see this output, how it looks like? It looks like your input file. It's like input. That's the topic. But so when you the control A gets you. So this is a like something which is also this is like person extra white space is created. That extra white space is a character. You share the text file, they will say the normal message, but there is some secret message in the white space. Whenever they want to extract that, they are going to use this. So you are going to be provided like output file as it. Just like a conversion, your password output file as it. You can extract. So we have many types of steganography. So steganography can be used for hybrid. Even NTFS fields also available. We have like a Windows file system, new technology file system. Also, hide the file behind another NTFS file space. You can follow the NTFS file space. So we have a different techniques to hide the data. So you can just like look into the steganography. This is a more important. So as a like a forensic guy, you should like a suspect that the basic file may contain something. Any data may contain like a subset. If you find any encoded word, you have to decode that. If you find any encrypted message, you have to try to decrypt that. If you find some files, you need to observe the file size and everything. See, it's a normal audio file size is a 5 MB. But why it has a 500? Question is that. Okay, so thing is that there are a lot of clients like us, so we are going to be suspecting. Okay, so normal image is like that. But why it like that? Something is there inside. So size based. Okay. And we have some steganographic analysis tools. They will try to like read the data, but you know like this is a clearly we have to undetected. We can share a lot of stuff. So you can have like a thousands of images in your which image we have forensic. So that's why we are calling them as like anti-forensic techniques. Anti-forensic. Criminals can use anti-forensic techniques. Forensic experts fail to detect quickly. It is not visible to the camera observer. This test is not visible to the camera observer. that image is not visible to the cache level audio files. See, just like you are maintaining audio library, your photo collections, yeah, notes, that's it. But no one can see. I recommend security technique to keep your passwords or anything in a secure way without visibility to others. That purpose I recommend. But criminals use it not to hide all their things. Clear everyone? So this is about signal. So we discussed in this week like so what is encoding, what is decoding, encoding and decoding. So we discussed like converting our data into the binary format, hexadecimal format, decimal format, base 64 encoded format, URL encoded format, hex encoded format. So even different conversions, URL code generation, Morse code generation, different encoding techniques. So encoding and decoding reversible. There is no secret between them. Anyone can reverse. For example, if I encode the data, it can reverse. The overall anyone can reverse. Because simple logic. There is no secret key. That's why we are using encryption and decryption. Encoding and decoding is only just a rather basic. It's not a more sensitive information. Okay. So more sensitive information if you want to hide, then you need to protect that from the unauthorized reverse process. So due to that, we are using cryptography. So encryption decryption process we are using. Now, do you want to hide your object behind any another object? Then we are using steganography process. Guys, are able to follow me? Okay, all are like helping us to achieve the confidentiality and integrity. Confidentiality expression. It means you can protect your sensitive. You can hide your sensitive. But we need a one mechanism which will help us to identify the integrity of the data. What is integrity? So prevent unauthorized changes from unauthorized changes on the information alert. You should have a mechanism to detect is that file is modified or is that content is original or modified. How can you verify originality? How can you verify? So we have a mechanism. That mechanism is hash functions. Hash functions. So we have a hash functions. So we have hash functions like a function. The hash function function. Verify the integrity of the. This is a user in a many cases. Verification processing in the many cases. So you can just like a download the like a file, hash file software, or calculating the hashes of the files. So what is a hash function process? We have a MD5 shower, maybe already MD5 shower. So how the message diagram MD5. Secure hash algorithm. Version 1 we have, version 2 we have, version 3 we have. So we have like a cyber chip. In a cyber chip, we can find, we can convert any code into the different hash. So what is exactly hash? Let's try to understand one thing. In a worldwide, whatever hash value you will get, that is the same for the same price. For example, if I generate the hash value for the hello world, even if you convert the hash value for the hello world, your message, my message is same. So you will get the same hash value. Hash values are unique based upon the content. Based upon the now, if any content modification is done, we can identify the different hash will get online. So we have a class. Now let me use the admin mode. Now generate the generate our hashes. Now those are hash values. We generate a hash value for the admin key. MD2, MD4, MD5, MD6, star 0, star 1, star 2, like MD6, star 3, so all those are different kind of hash. LM hash and MPLM hash used by the Windows computers. If you remember, like so we got like a hash that command use we got the hash, and we cracked the OPH cracker. So that is a LPLM. LM hash, LPLM. Used by the Microsoft Windows Kernel password store. The hash. Okay. So different hashing techniques. Now all the website coders, like website developers, so who want to maintain the data passwords in a database server. If they store the password in the plain text, what happened? Password stored in the database server. If they store the password in the plain text, what happened? If anyone gain access into the database server, they know everyone's password are right. Okay, in case if you try to keep the passwords in an encoded format, anyone can decode it, am I right? Now, encryption you use. Anyone figure out the key, they can decrypt it again, am I right? So that's why we don't use a signography or cryptography concept or encoding, decoding process for the password storage because password is a secret. So we are using a mechanism, that mechanism is called hash. Hash functions because hash functions generate a unique value. So whenever user try to create that code, that moment he enter the password as admin. Now he's not storing password in a password database. He's not storing admin as a password. He's trying to store that one as hash value. Now he will try to store the MD5 hash. Now we'll store this value. In a database record is going to be insert this particular value. Next time, whenever user send username password in a login form, now user send the username and password again. It will go to the again convert to the MD5. Convert to MD5. Whatever user entered password, convert to MD5 and compare with the stored hash. అర్థమైందా? password లాగా స్టోర్ చేసుకో. Even Windows also doing the same. LM hash and LD hash. So LD LM hash like a process they are using. So whenever you enter the password, that password like they are converting into the hash and storing it there for place. Whenever you enter the password, they will convert your password and compare with the stored hash value. If both are same, it means you enter valid password. For example, now admin keyword wherever I convert, whoever convert this admin word, not only this case, any software used for converting. Okay. Now I'm using third party MD5 hash generator. So I'm using MD5 hash generator. Now see this hash. It is I'm trying to generate the hash value for the admin keyword. Now if these are the same or different, please answer. Any difference? No, you can see the same. There is no difference in that. What I do, whoever generate the hash value to the keyboard admin, they will get the same. But in a small calculate change can give you the difference. Now I just give it a 6. You can't able to see that 6. But hash value is different. Is it the same or different? Now it means this is a hint to the content is modified or not? So whenever you enter the wrong password, you are getting wrong password error because of this reason. Even if you change the one character also, it's not a valid password because they never store. See, if you observe that username in uppercase, lowercase, they will accept, but not the password. Password they will accept as is. Username in the uppercase, international distributor, lowercase, international distributor. Email address and user ID. But password मार्गम अलग है. Password hash due to that they access. So you can detect the access changes. Now, what is that? Now I just say the change to hash. So hash. So like this, not only for the word, you can generate the hash for the files. File level you can detect. Is it the original file or modified file based upon the file hash? It means you can generate the file hash. I shared a few files in our WhatsApp. I simply like to share a few files with you. Download it, verify their hashes and come back. Now I just give it a few files. Now S1, S2. Those are my original files. You have to calculate the hash value. See, when I created those files, original files, okay, that time I recorded their hash value. Means I calculated their hash value and just like using them as a reference. So details if any changes after those files, I can detect by comparing the file hashes. So when I say like I created the date, I have a file hash. So I have a hash. This is the original hash value for this. So whenever I generated hash value for those files, those are hash values. It means S1 file is a hash value, the S2 file hash value. How I calculated I use hash value. So hash value file software we can use as a prerequisite. So you can just like download the hash value. You can generate a hash value. Okay, fine. So I have 5 files. Now just add files to generate the hash which I got. So hash match files. Now if you open the hash match files, you can select the like a which files hash match. You can drag and drop all like you can just like a calculate the hash match. Now I'm selecting it. Whatever files I have, I'm trying to calculate. Now you can see the S1 and S2, S3, S4, S5 related, SD5 hash, R1 hash, SHA-256 hash, SHA-500 hash. Now I didn't like I told you that like so this is the reference. When I created those files, now this is the reference. Now compare the references. Tell me which file is the original as it is we have, which file contains modified. Please observe. Okay. Now if you see that like as a yes one, as it is we have a 7014 AC. That is the same. Now S1 is a one, but S2 is a modified. S4 is S2 is modified. Now S3 S4 modified. S5 modified. So 3 files in that file system. So when I created those files, let's say that I just calculated the hash. Later those files are removed. Otherwise, so we use this one for integrity checking. Means is your file is original or modified? Is your file is original or modified? We can just like that take the hash value as a reference. for comparison purpose to identify the modified files. Our computer detect the file is modified or not because of the hash. Our antivirus detect that our file is a malware because of the hash. Because now content is same, malware file content is same. Then hash is same again. So antivirus companies they maintain the lakhs of records, hash values in their database. Those hash values are like file related hash values. Means already they have some malware samples. Now they declare those files are malware files. Now that malware file content is same. Now hash value they will collect. They will keep that hash value for the comparison. Now in case you downloaded the same malware file, now what happened? You downloaded one ABC file. That ABC file hash XYZ file hash in the database is same. It means content is same. Content is same means same malicious code or not. So antivirus in their work by using integrity check. So first job in a malware analysis is calculating the hash of the file and checking that in a antivirus databases. So we have like if we have any file hash, we can just check that file hash virus total books. There is a website that is called virus. So software completely software they only depends upon this website. If they find any file like us, so they completely only scan it. So they simply go to your virus center. So they will just like enter the file hash and verify that file is a legit. Just they will search for the file. Now, if that file hash has a element, now is it a clean file? Now it is even like a giving a details about that file. So text to file with a which name it has in the s1.txt. Hello.txt different names. It is distributed. But it's a clean file. Content is safe because of that hash is safe. Now, so I developed a few sample malware file hashes to you. I shared with you malware sample hash. I downloaded some random files from the internet. I calculated their hash. Now, so let's take this hash as a